don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Nebraska football opens their season on Thursday, August 28th in Kansas City, and you can be a part of the best pregame tailgate party with Blur Events, live from Kauffman Stadium, home of the Royals. Doors open 4 hours before kickoff with a live DJ promoting interactive competitions and giveaways. Tailgate games like cornhole, flip cup, and beer pong, access to ballpark concessions, and available air conditioning. Book your tickets today at blurevents.com/Kansas City and hang with 93.7 The Ticket on the scene prior to Nebraska versus Cincinnati on August 28th.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. It's time for the finish line with Bree Marie and James Roland. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Welcome into the finish line at 93.7 The Ticket. This is Bree Marie, James Roland, special guest. I say special. We've got the one and only Rebecca Pearson in the station with us, the founder of this lovely radio show that we have here. We've got Jake on the ones and twos. Just a reminder for those of you who are joining us that you can listen to us in your car and on our 93.7 The Ticket app, and also watch on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Allo channel 961. You can call in or text into 402-464-5685 and chat on YouTube. This is our last show of the season. I know. So please be a part of the show. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, critiques, anything, I want to hear them all. So let us know. We'll definitely get to them throughout the show. And just a reminder, there's some pretty amazing people that make this show happen, and we want to give them a shout out, so make sure you go check them out. We've got Stern Company. They understand your business needs to run like a well-oiled machine, and it's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about any of those problems. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Stern Company, online at stern.co, where problems meet solvers. You also hear us talk a lot about Eagle Raceway for good reason. They're located just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street, and they're filled with a full season of tons of dirt track fun. We've talked about them throughout the show. Obviously, James and I are very familiar with them. Lots of fun action going on, and there's still a few more shows left. We're going to talk about those later, but make sure you check them out. It's a ton of fun. The weather's getting nicer. Bring those kids out and just have some good family fun. But yeah, we do want to thank those guys. Without them, we wouldn't be here chatting with all of you. So make sure you give them a look-sees. I'm going to take it over to James for some race roundup, and then we're going to do the show just a little bit differently. We kind of want to do a recap of the season so far, what's to come, and some of our goals or ideas that we might have for next year. So if you have some ideas or people that you'd want us to interview or reach out to, I know my mom's going to say Cletus McFarland. If you know, you know.
We're working on it, Barb.
We're working on it.
Or Diane.
Let us. Barb works. I heard that, and I was gonna scoot on her right over.
Is it Diane though?
It's definitely Diane. Her name's Diane, but Barb's a good guess. I like Barb.
Bree and Barb, it works.
Bree and Barb. Make sure you let us know who you'd like to see on the show. Any questions you have, any behind the scenes that you want to know about, let us know. But I'm going to switch it on over to James for race roundup.
Well, first things first, I got to give a shout out to somebody that I normally never would.
Oh.
I've been hating on him all year long. I've been hating on him all my life. I got to give a huge shout out to Mother Nature for pulling through this weekend. Incredible weekend. I left the racetrack last night with a hoodie on. Like it was just on that level of super nice and just a little bit cold. You know, I didn't want to show the boys off, so I figured I better put a hoodie on. But
if you're not watching the live stream, you should really be watching his actions right now.
I'm told that, but then again, it's my mom that says it. She says the actions are the funniest part of the show. I didn't even know that my mom listened every week. So thanks, Mom. Appreciate the support.
She must be watching too.
Is her name Barb?
No, her name's not Barb. It's Carla.
Can we call her Barb?
Sure.
Barb 1 and Barb 2.
Barb and Bob sound all right. That sounds like a good couple name, Barb and Bob.
I like it. All right. So what do we got for race roundup? Who are our standout winners? Who were maybe some champions? I know there were some back-to-back championships that were won this weekend at Eagles specifically. What do you got for us?
Well, much to the joy and much to the chagrin of a lot of the racing community. Unfortunately, a lot of our weekly racing is really winding down. And of course, we got to stop and take a moment to give some good well wishes to the promoter and owner over at US 30 Speedway, Bobby Lincoln, battling some unknown medical issues. He's hanging out over at Brian West. Maybe we should go see him after tonight's show. But unfortunately, they had to postpone the championship night over at US 30 on Thursday night. We crowned our champions at Beatrice on last Friday. Albion did as well. So our weekly stuff is kind of really coming to a close around the area. Last night, we crowned 5 champions at Eagle Raceway, and I hope I don't get them wrong. But last night's feature winners in the stock cars, it was Kyle Vanover picking up the feature win. Now, Bree, I know you were down the road at Shelby County Speedway. We're going to talk about them just a little bit later on. But that stock car main event at Eagle, they say, you know, we'll sell you the whole seat, but you're only going to need the edge of it. Well, I didn't even need a seat because I was standing that entire feature. Chad Anderson didn't make the show through the heat race, had to run through the B to make the main event. Going into the night, it was Chad Anderson. Actually, this might be where I'm messing up, but it was Chad Anderson and Mason Richards going for the championship. 1 point was the difference.
I saw that.
Chad Anderson blew up about 5 laps in, and we thought that his championship hopes were absolutely dashed. Now, fast forward a couple of laps, and you picked a fine time to leave me loose wheel, struck the right front on Mason Richards, and ended his night. There's a little bit more tea to that story. I need to... I don't know how happy Mason Richards is with dear old dad today. There might be an interesting Sunday night conversation at the dinner table, but Chad Anderson ended up walking out with the points championship
And
also secured Rookie of the Year.
What's crazy about that, who was running 1 and 2 were 2 rookies.
Mm-hmm.
1 and 2 for the championship for points at Eagle Raceway. 2 rookie competitors, their first full year in a stock car. That is absolutely crazy and insane, in my opinion.
Now, you're absolutely right, but we should also put a little bit of an asterisk next to that because Chad and Mason have both been racing for several years. Mason in the sport mods. Chad Anderson's got some late model experience and a whole lot of years in the modifieds. Unfortunately, with the current trend of modified car counts, he just wanted to have a backup plan and decided to get a stock car. And boy, it ended up paying off. But I can't imagine how bittersweet that is to take home a championship and lose probably leaning on the softer side of modern engine costs, probably smoked the $7,000 motor.
Oh, it's probably, I could guarantee it's way more than $7,000, but it's a lot.
Well,
I
stock
will
cars
say,
are open motors because
taking-
Screaming Eagles and everything.
Yeah,
That's
caca.
racing. That's
Yeah.
racing, right?
It is, but I mean, it's like it, and that's so crazy to think about. You know, we spend all this money, and then we're like, I got one position better than I did last week. Totally worth it. So I don't know. It's crazy, but that's good. That's bittersweet. You know, it's something like that happened, but it happened at the end of the season, and he was still able to secure a track championship. So.
And I think really once you boiled it all down, even if Mason Richards would have finished, it might have ended up coming down to who had the most victories. And Chad Anderson would have picked that one up. So moving on to your sport mods, Cole Wayman picked up back-to-back points championships and won the feature last night in your Avid Realty sport mods, going from 12th to 1st, and he did it in about 4 laps. It was pretty spectacular to watch.
About right.
Also, I guess you weren't there last night. So we have officially launched a new contest to re-nickname Cole Wayman, because the Kid Lightning thing, that started out back in like 2019, maybe 2020, and Derek Hall came up to me in the tech area after Wayman had won, and he said, you need to start calling this kid Kid Lightning. Well, I've determined that we can no longer call you Kid if we've been drinking beer legally for more than 2 years.
That's a good rule.
Yeah, so Kid Lightning is looking for a new nickname. A couple of submissions off the top of my head. One that really seems to take off is Lightning McWayman.
I love that. Lightning McWayman. Good chow.
And I can't think of the other one or two. Yeah, Lightning
That's
McWayman.
That's the best one.
I mean, that one might end up sticking. I don't know. If you've got nickname submissions for Cole Wayman, go ahead and leave them in the comments section, and we'll read them off because I know Cole is a weekly listener.
Does Cole know about this nickname?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
He's
cool.
actually the one. I had messaged him about it on Snapchat the other day, and I'm like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. Are you okay with that? And he's like, well, yeah, absolutely. I'm not a kid anymore. So we decided to go ahead and go forward with the nickname contest. So definitely get your submissions out to the comments section. If you need to, message the Eagle Raceway Facebook page. Going into Race Saver Nationals weekend, he'll be there running all 4 nights in the sprint car and the sport mod on Saturday night.
Yep.
Saturday night, the sport mods will be the support class for the Race Saver Nationals. Moving on to modifieds, who are not part of the Race Saver Nationals program, picking up the points championship and the win, 5th win in a row for the Shark, Sean Harker. Sean Harker also picked up the combined points championship with Beatrice Speedway and Eagle Raceway. Big thanks to 93.7 The Ticket and the rest of the partners that helped make that deal possible. Had just a ton of fun doing that with the modifieds all summer long. It's great to see not just people and businesses, but racetracks coming together. You know, over the last 10 or so years, I'm sure you noticed that sometimes promoters don't really play nice. And we're really special here in Nebraska because Roger at Eagle, Tommy at Beatrice, Bobby at Columbus, and Delmer over at Albion have all worked so well together this year so that we don't step on one another's toes and we can get these shows in, have big specials anywhere that you want to have them. The teamwork around this sport right now has been incredible, and I've never been happier to get to be a part of it. Moving on to your hobby stocks, Dylan Richards picked up the points championship at Eagle and decided to take the night off. And honestly, I can't blame him. I mean, he had a big enough lead.
Yeah, he was in like the 500s and everyone else was in the 400s.
Yeah, I think it was at least 100-point deficit, so I don't think he had any worries. So they decided to take a little family trip / racing vacation over to Minnesota and race for the weekend. Shocker. He ended up picking up the win over at Arlington, and I think he might have won the night, but no, he did not win the night before. Or maybe that was, I don't know. I've watched him race like 3 or 4 times this week. So
like it's you got a 90% chance that he's probably winning. So we could just go with he won. I don't know.
well, you know what? Let's just let's go with a little bit of talking points. Wednesday night over at Stewart, he ended up getting the black flag in the heat race.
No.
Now, I was privy to be able to watch that from a couple of different angles, so it might have been one of those you make the call type of situations. I don't know if it was just, but come feature time, it looked like he was on the rebound, and then the dog started barking out in the yard, so I walked away from the screen, and next thing I saw, he was 18th, 2 laps down. So with racing, you've definitely got your peaks and the valleys, and it sounds like Wednesday night was kind of a valley for him. But back to Eagle Raceway, Neil Pella ended up picking up the win in a battle of attrition in the hobby stocks. I don't know if you can see the eyes rolling if you're watching on podcast platform, but my goodness, I don't know what it is, and it's not specific to Eagle, and it's not specific to the hobby stocks, but man, there is something about championship night where I guess they just let it all hang out. I mean, I've seen retaliation. You two know who you are. Old guy, young kid. Watch the replay on eagleraceway.tv. But Neil Pella was not involved in that. Neil Pella had an excellent night and an incredible win. Congratulations to the 3N crew. And then in your sprint cars, Adam Gullion picked up his second win on the year. Jason Danley picked up back-to-back points championships in the 4X machine. So that was kind of the week of racing for me. I mean, we had the Daytona Cup race on in the background at Eagle, but I really didn't get a chance to watch too much of that. It was pretty much whenever there was a caution, Dan would just tap me on the shoulder and be like, look at this. Somebody come look at this.
Well, when there's dirt track racing on, personally, that's what I watch. But
I watch them all.
Yeah, we've got Rebecca with us here, and Rebecca's kind of she's more into the asphalt stuff, more into the cone dodging, into the SCCA.
We had plenty of cone dodging last night, too. That infield tractor tire bit a couple, too.
There was a tractor. What was it? It was the late model feature at Harlan. There was a tractor tire. We weren't watching there. We definitely figured out who did it because they had extensive front end damage. But there was a gigantic tractor tire that went rolling across the infield while the cars were still running. And we started taking bets on how far it was going to make it. I did not win. But no, that was kind of funny that you said tractor tire there. But anyway, so we've got Rebecca with us, very familiar with SCCA. The three of us went on kind of a little adventure last year, the end of last year, and we didn't quite get to talk about it on radio. But I do want to talk. There's an event coming up that's pretty big with SCCA. They're in their 16th year of holding the Tire Rack SCCA Solo National Championships presented by Speedway Motors at Lincoln Air Park. So it's going to be over at the airport. They have over 1,300 participants coming this year. So reference, at Eagle, they probably get 150 cars, 200 cars, something like that.
I think we averaged in the 145 range for the year for your weekly stuff. Now, of course, next weekend, we do have the largest sprint car show in the nation. And if the car count doesn't show up and makes me eat crow, I'm going to be very upset. But the 13th annual Race Saver Sprint Car Nationals invades Eagle Raceway next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. Get your tickets today on the My Race Pass app for the 13th annual Race Saver Sprint Car Nationals, the largest sprint car race in the country. And I'll die on that hill.
He will. He really will. Don't make him die on the hill. Show up. But if you're not going to that, there's also the SCCA championships going on. They're holding 3 events over the course of the week.
Oh, that's what I'm doing during the day.
Oh, okay. During the day. Got it. And then you're going to be watching Boone Prelude, right? On your phone while you're also watching the Sprint Nationals.
Boone who?
We'll talk about that in a sec. But we've got, for the 3 events over the course of the week, we've got the Lincoln Shootout on Saturday, which features classic American muscle and extreme street cars with an awards presentation at the Museum of American Speed that evening. It's got about 100 entries for that. So the Museum of American Speed, we've talked about that before. That's over on the Speedway Motors campus. There's still a few more cars and coffee. Again, we're going to give you all the things that you can do car related before this show ends tonight. So make sure you keep listening to that. The Tire Rack SCCA Pro Solo Finale takes place on Saturday and Sunday. It's drag race start, mirrored courses, 300 entries on that one. Then the Tire Rack Solo Nationals, Monday through Friday, 1,300 competitors. That's the largest amateur participant motorsport event in the country, if not the world. And it's happening in Lincoln, Nebraska. And then in addition to the competition, there's live music Monday, Tuesday nights. There's a car show Monday afternoon. So tomorrow, as early as tomorrow, you could be doing car things. So make sure you check it out. Spectators are free. Free. Free is for me.
So bring the
free
kids.
is for Bree.
Bring the rest of the family, have an outing, right?
Yes, and it sounds like this is the 52nd running of their championship event. The theme this year is rock and roll. So participants really get into their themes, dressing up as their favorite bands, decorating cars and golf carts. So maybe throw on that AC/DC Shoot to Thrill shirt.
Dress up like Kiss, one of the famous things,
that'd
right?
be fun.
People
That'd be fun.
like to dress up as, yeah.
I think you and Bree need to get your perms and big teases on and show up.
We're
to
just
that.
going to buy wigs is what we're going to do.
It takes so long to curl my hair.
It's much easier to buy a wig these days.
Yeah.
Lots of choices.
Very, very affordable, very easy
Put
to
on
get
our
to.
platform shoes. Yeah, our black leathers.
I might trip. I think I might trip in a platform shoe.
Well,
But-
you always be tripping, so what else
yes,
is new?
Yes. But so, Rebecca, you're very familiar with SCCA. Have you been to any of their national events that they have?
Yeah, I haven't. I've been to other national events. I went last year to the nationals. You guys came out and attempted to help with that, but then I went back when you weren't around to watch. I mean, it's a spectacular event. 1,300 cars. It's crazy, right? People come from literally all over the country, although we're in the middle of the country, so you get a lot of people, kind of north, south Texas or whatever. But it's just a lot of fun. Like every other race event, the community, the camaraderie that's in the pits. And the fact that it's kind of, either time trials or, 2 cars at a time kind of racing each other, completely different type format than dirt track.
Yeah.
And for people who really want to get in and feel like they want to drive their car, technically, you don't get to drive that fast with SCCA, right? You're doing cones and obstacle courses, whatever. But for people who really want to take their car on a track and see how it handles, it's pretty easy to get into some of these SCCA events. Nationals, maybe not the place you might want to start. And I don't know if Ricky mentioned whether they have kind of usually they'll have some kind of thing for first timers who can come, who can get their cars, tires wet, so to speak, in practicing how to drive around the cones. But the national events are loads of fun, lots of competition, lots of fun in the pits. I think the weather is going to be fantastic.
Yes. Oh, it looks gorgeous.
Right? And you have no competition from football because football is on Thursday.
True.
So
that's like an 8:00 game, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's in Kansas City for any of the football people that are listening. You have no conflict. You can go to the football game. You can get back the next day. You can go to SCCA. You can go to Eagle. And go to the High Limit Series. I mean, you have lots of options here. Next weekend should be a ball.
I was going to go on Thursday night down to Kansas City because I thought, I got Friday off for Race Saver Nationals. And then I remembered you got to be somewhere Thursday for Race Saver Nationals. But back to the SCCA event this weekend, I happen to know a guy that's got a couple of muscle cars sitting around, and I think his son does too. I think we need to get Doug and Chase out to the airport on Saturday. Let's go see what that old Plankton can do.
Can we put a GoPro in the car and then get a little footage?
One.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I've got one.
All
For
right,
all the
Dad.
people who pinch and everything else, I've got a GoPro in my car. So that'd be a fun one to see. I'll have to talk. I got to make sure the rear end or anything like that won't fall out because you know how project cars are. They do have, they both have slicks on them though. So I don't know if that might not go well.
Just throw some street tires on them. They all melt the same.
Are you sponsoring the street tires?
Street tire. I mean,
I'm kidding.
if we're going with some basic like Primewell hobby stock tires, I'll go throw a couple of rears on there, $50 a tire. I'm into that.
I think my dad and my brother both have Dodge Darts. I think 70. I always forget the year. I just like dirt track. But no, so they have those, and I'm pretty sure my brother has done some form of autocross or road course racing in the Dart, and he said it's pretty balanced. Like the car is pretty balanced on that stuff. So I'll have to ask him about that and kind of see what's going down. And
is it stripped out, cage and all that, or just...
it's got? Yes, it has a cage. I know he's got like a whole bunch of fancy stuff. He drag races it sometimes. He's got nitrous on it. Obviously, not using that around.
No nitrous on the SCCA.
that you might just roll over.
You just fast forward to the other end. Yeah, no cones. Or you take out all the cones at once.
Yeah. If you do it quick enough, maybe the deductions that's just your lap time. No, but I know he's done something like that before. So we might have to see what he's got going on, and if he wants to lend his little sister his car. Probably not, but maybe. You never know till you ask.
Well, I mean, this is one of the things you wanted feedback today, right? So if you're listening or you're a fan of the show, then let us know if you want more SCCA. We can do a little more. We've got certainly people we can bring in. We've got people who can get GoPros in their car. We could do a little remote event out there if you wanted to broadcast out there. So if this is something you all want to do or participate and be a part of, then let us know.
Yeah. And we can also do like maybe if there's certain events you want us to go to cover, like you said, whether it's remote or not, or get some footage from it, we can get that for you guys as well. So we're doing this just as much for us as we are for you guys. So if you have anything that you want us to talk about, let us know in the comments section.
Well, speaking of dodges and things that you want to talk about or maybe don't talk about, I think when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the current state of 360 sprint car racing. But in the meantime, we're going to dodge our way to a commercial break. Keep your dial tuned in to the finish line on 93.7 The Ticket.
When you're outdoors beneath Nebraska skies, adventure comes in all sizes. From quick escapes and long weekends to true off-the-grid retreats. Paddle, hike, camp, explore. Whether you have a few hours or a few days, we'll guide you to a state park or recreation area that's a perfect fit. Start your next adventure today at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
An overdose can happen in front of you and you might not realize it. Blue lips, slowed breathing, pinpoint pupils, choking sounds, unresponsive to touch or sounds. These signs aren't always obvious, but they can be deadly. Knowing what to do could save your friend, your neighbor, your child. Learn more by visiting myhealthymind.crediblemmind.com so you can be ready before it happens. This message is funded in part by the CDC OD2A grant. Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
Hello, this is Mary Pat Waite. I've had the privilege of working with Lincoln Families as their realtor for more than 31 years, and I'm so proud to be associated with MP Dodge Real Estate. For me, your transaction is unique in its own way. My experience allows me to bring you trusted care and a really great outcome. My NP Dodge family shares the same client focus.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Salt Mine City is your go-to brewery in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their Big Fatty 7-ounce hamburger or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Hey fans, there's more winning at Amigos with the VIP Game Day giveaway. Every app scan is your chance to win premium tickets to a Nebraska football, basketball, and volleyball game, along with exclusive game day perks. And if when Nebraska goes to a bowl, the winner also gets 2 tickets, lodging, and airfare to the bowl game. Weekly semifinalists will win free food for a year. Go Big Red. Eat at Amigos and enter to win.
Amigos is celebrating 45 years with exclusive Nebraska Legends collectible cups featuring Tom Osborne, John Cook, and some of your favorite Huskers. For every cup sold, 50 cents goes to teammates. Show your Big Red pride by getting all 4 of these collectible cups at Amigos.
This is Tom Osborne with the Teammates Mentoring Program. We have students on the waiting list for a mentor. We want you to join the team. Learn more about mentoring and support teammates by visiting Amigos.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Back to the finish line with Bree Marie and James Roland on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the finish line with Bree Marie, James Roland. We've got Jake Bachhoven on the ones and twos, and Rebecca Pearson is in the studio tonight with us. Thank you all for listening this far. If you're just now joining us, remember that you can text in or call in to 402-464-5685 or chat with us on YouTube or Facebook Live right now. So please be a part of the show. We want to hear from you. What should our next year look like? What should maybe this off season look like? Maybe some podcasting? I don't know. And another thank you to our show sponsors, Deals Plumbing, Stern Co., Eagle Raceway. We really appreciate you guys coming in and helping us out with that. We were talking about SCCA before we went to break, and then we noticed that you guys are being part of the show, and we love it. And we want to talk about your comments now. We want to hear what you have to say while we have some time in the show. So, Jake, lay them on me. What you got?
All right, we'll start off with Jake Ziegler says, as a driver and team owner, what is the most difficult part of keeping the car ready to race every week, and also balance that with social and work life?
Ooh, that is a good one. Okay, so I guess that one's for me. It's challenging, but not in a bad way. It's kind of like, let's say conditioning for a sport. Like you go to the gym every single day, whether you want to or you don't want to, and you just get the work done, because when it's game day, it's all worth it. So it's kind of like that, setting aside the time. I know that I need to maintenance the car, whether something broke or it didn't break. So I need to schedule time with myself and my crew to go through it, make sure I'm doing that at the beginning of the week in case something did break. Then I have time to order the part, get it in, and then still get it replaced on the car by the end of the week. As far as, social and professional life goes, it's not horrid. I do say, like, with my friends, I'm always so busy in the summers, but I kind of took a month break and only raced on Thursdays. So that way I could go to everyone and their dogs' weddings over the weekends.
Weddings.
That part was a little harder, but most of my friends and my family are at the track. Like, that's where they are. And we only race once or twice a week. So if you're not working on the car, then you have time for those people. It is hard during the 4 or 5 months we race out of the year, but there's still 7 more months that we don't. So that's where I find the balance of spending all that time with friends and family in the off season, and then really powering through and giving my attention to my program, to my teammates during the full season. So that's kind of what it is for me. It's a love-hate relationship, but in the end, it ends with love every single weekend. So it's worth it for me. What other questions do we have?
All right, we'll move on. Diane Stewart says Barb wants to know when we get Cletus. She also later mentioned Ice Cream Cruise September 26th through 28th, I-29 Speedway. Might run into Cletus and Sketchy.
That's a good one. And I guess it sounds like my mother is going to Ice Cream Cruise too. She knows the date.
Okay, what's Ice Cream Cruise? I don't know this.
Can I have a ride, Barb?
So Ice Cream Cruise is 1320 video.
Is there ice cream? Most important thing.
I don't know if there actually is.
I'm sure there's an ice cream truck
okay,
there
Barb
somewhere.
/ Diane, you teasing me with ice cream.
So how it started, it was kind of like, I believe, I'm going to get corrected in the comment section by my family. I believe a whole bunch of group of these cool cars, hot rods, would meet up to go get ice cream somewhere in Omaha, and then they'd cruise around. And they called it the Ice Cream Cruise.
Like on the streets?
Yes.
Okay.
But then it got too big. The event got huge.
Too big for its britches.
Yes, too big. And the event got huge. So now they have it over at I-29, and they rent the facility, the track out, and they do a whole bunch of different things. So like it's a car show. During the day, they'll have like burnout competitions. They'll have
so
drag,
much fun.
drag racing, roll racing. I believe they use the autocross track out there. I'm not entirely sure, but it's a ton of fun. I know they have a competition for like dogs. Whoever's got the coolest dressed dog. I believe. Nobody come
Okay,
for
we
me,
have to go get
but
pictures of the
yes,
dogs.
I think that'd be a ton of fun.
Track dogs are the best, by the way.
and
For
it
sure.
Sounds like my mother will be there, Barb.
Okay, I just hope there's food trucks with ice cream.
There-
So
I'm
if
sure there
anybody's
will
in
be.
the know, let me know that there's ice cream, 'cause
Hey,
then I'm going.
1320 is so how the whole Cletus McFarland thing started was, I don't even know his real name right now.
It's Cletus McFarland.
It's Garrett Mitchell.
Garrett Mitchell.
He's
Yes.
a Nebraskan.
Yes, I'm so sorry. So Garrett Mitchell was like, hey, to the guy who runs 1320, and was like, I'll run an Instagram account for you. Something along that line. Those lines happened. And then it was like the day he did it, somehow got the name Cletus McFarland came up. I think it's about the same as when I call my guys, like, we're calling mom Barb right now.
Right.
Like the
Yeah.
same sort of thing. And then the name just stuck and it blew up, and that account blew up, and then it just
And
kind
now
of
he's stuck with it.
Yeah,
Even though
and
his
it
name is
just
Garrett
took off
Mitchell.
from there. He was a guy from Nebraska who wanted to help out one of his buddies from Nebraska with social media.
Love it.
And now he's racing supercars at the Freedom Factory for funsies. Like, so that's super cool. That'd be fun. I wonder if he'll be there. I know Sketch will probably be there. So we'll have to see. We might have to go do some snooping around.
Right. Maybe we need to have like a 93.7 The Ticket gathering of people that host and listen and
That'd
follow
be
93.7
fun.
The Ticket. I mean, it could be informal at this stage. It'd
Yeah.
be too late to make it more formal, but maybe there could just be a meeting near the ice cream truck if there is one, right? At 8 p.m. or whatever.
Yeah.
And we'll have some giveaways or something like
Yeah.
that.
We'll definitely have to get you ice cream, it sounds
Yes,
like.
for sure.
All right.
And a dog.
Yep. And a dog. Yes. Yes.
That's for DP. He really wants the dog. Yeah.
Those are the requirements.
Right, right.
Signing it
I'm
right
easy.
now.
Ice cream and dogs. Okay. All right. Sorry, I interrupted, but that was a good
No,
one.
you're
All right,
good.
Mr. Jake, what else do we have?
Jordan Evans says there are usually 10 plus food trucks and a number of ice cream
There you
trucks at
go.
Ice Cream Cruise. Usually 15,000 plus attendees go. It's worth it. I've gone for the last 13 years.
Whoa. Okay. All right. So, all
Yeah.
right. So we'll talk off air. We can always post
Yes.
if we can manage some kind of
Yeah.
gathering, do some giveaways
That'd be
and
fun.
stuff. That would be
I'd be
fun.
down.
All right. We'll see if we can pull that off in short order.
Yeah.
All right.
What else we got?
Couple thoughts here about Deschler. Tommy Denton says James Deschler only has 8 sprint cars tonight. And Hayden McAtee says Lightning McWayman is at Deschler tonight. Lightning, sorry.
It's going to stick. Somebody needs to do a logo and that's it. Yep.
I think
Lightning
that's
McWayman
probably
it
what's
is.
going to end up sticking. I'm sure Cole will listen to this tomorrow on Spotify and let us know his thoughts on it. But at this point, I mean, enough people have talked about it. Sorry, bro, you're probably just stuck with it.
Yep. Well, it's better than Cletus McFarland, don't you think?
I like the name Cletus McFarland, and I like that he always says, "Hell yeah, brother."
So there was only 8 sprint cars at Deschler.
And that's
So what's going on there?
That's
Those are 360s,
unfortunately
right?
kind of been a trend. Yes, it's so I want to kind of tread lightly here because my opinions may fare a little bit farther than the reach of radio, and I don't want to alienate
Why don't
anybody.
you give both sides of the opinion range. So you okay. So
So-
you give one and then give the other.
So the Malvern Bank 360 Sprint Car Series, headed by Joe Kaziski, Ryan Kumps, their announcer, and the entire crew behind that series has done their best to listen to drivers, give them places to race, because for the modern sprint car fan, they probably don't remember when a Saturday night show at Eagle Raceway would garner 50 to 60 360 sprint cars. The 360s faded away in 2012 when 11 or 12 was showing up to race weekly. That's not equitable for the tracks. That's not equitable for the drivers. And they went by the wayside. And since then, we've had a few different attempts at different touring series for these 360 sprint cars. Now, fast forward to the last couple of weeks. A few weeks ago down in Moberly, Missouri, which I'll admit is a heck of a haul. But they had a 5,000 to win 360 sprint car show that had a guaranteed purse. So
Oh, that's nice.
I think it was 5,000 to win, 4,000 for second, 3,000 for third, and I'm pretty sure, don't quote me, but everything from there on back was an equal split to the remaining drivers in the field. And a show like that, $5,000 to win, garnered 10 cars. The following night, for 4,000 to win over at Adams County Speedway, who only gets sprint cars once or twice a year. So that was a real heartbreaker. I know several people from the Lincoln area that went down there in anticipation for this show to watch 13 cars. Now, it's about quality, not quantity. And I'll admit, the Malvern Bank 360 Sprint Car Tour has some incredible talent on there.
Oh, yeah.
But unfortunately, that quality only matters so much when the trailers aren't rolling through the gates and the butts aren't in the stands. So that fast forwards us up past this weekend to next weekend. The plan was to have the 360 race for the third year in a row at Beatrice Speedway. Now, being a little bit privy to behind the scenes, that event had already lost over $12,000 that the person that put the show on had to go down to the bank and take out a loan to go and get it. I'm really surprised his wife didn't leave him. So over the last few weeks, we were just talking about it off microphone before you got here, Bree, talking about rainouts. Now, Eagle got pretty lucky this year and was pretty light on rainouts. And unfortunately, Mother Nature hasn't been as kind to other tracks and series throughout the area. So the ASCS, a national 360 sprint car tour, which has also been facing some issues with car counts, had to reschedule some shows. So they rescheduled for Friday, September 5th, when Beatrice was supposed to race. Well, you can't put a local show up against a national show. We've all seen that. So there was a lot of questions as to why we had to cancel that event. So there was the fear of the economics of it. There was the fear of low car count. And unfortunately, after seeing that event the last 2 years, the fan turnout just simply hasn't been there either. So I kind of have to get on my soapbox and say, guys, if we want races like this, we have to get the butts in the seats. That is first and foremost. If you can get a full grandstand to go watch 13 cars, there'd be 13 car specials every single week at every single track, but we all have to do our part. And I'm guilty of it too, because in modern times, it's so easy to just sit at home and watch a broadcast. And
Especially
yes,
when they're on TV all the time. But I think coming from the driver's side, yes, we need to have more cars there if we're going to be putting money up like that, or we just tracks can't do that anymore. Like that doesn't make sense to put that kind of purse out there for 10, 13 cars to show up. I also think that there's some drivers like us weekend warriors, we're getting to a point where so late in the season you're running for points, and maybe it's not points as far as a track championship, but it's points for top 10 or top 5, and you're like, oh, I'm really almost there, maybe I can't make this show. Or you run into how much the cost of racing has gone up over the years exponentially. It's getting insane. Just the tire budget alone is insane. So like
diesel fuel,
I see both sides of it, and I'm wondering if maybe it's one of those things where the tracks come together and like, I'm just going to use US 30 and Eagle because I know they're really good friends. Let's use them as an example. Maybe it's like a Eagle Raceway sprint car event presented
don't start
in part with Columbia or US 30 or something that benefits like an investment that benefits both tracks somehow. I don't know what it looks like. And then we can have less shows but more quantity until we start getting the car counts that we need, but it benefits everyone. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what a perfect solution would be, but I agree that yes, race cars need to be cheaper. We don't need to spend this much money on tires. And then also I agree that we got to have more cars showing up to these events. So what that looks like, I don't necessarily know, but hopefully, as drivers, as fans, we can kind of collectively come together and figure something out on that.
Well, there's been some announcers working behind the scenes to make something like that happen, and I can't tell you about what's going to happen there. There's a couple people in the sprint car world that are kind of privy to it because we needed to pick a few brains, but definitely keep your eyes peeled on that Jumbotron next Sunday night at Eagle Raceway because we're going to make an announcement that's going to knock your socks off.
I like it. All right,
so go to Eagle next weekend. There's all kinds of fun stuff
after the SCCA event.
Exactly. After SCCA.
Do we have any other comments, Jake?
Yeah, there's just a few from Doug Fansteel. Says, I got rears. We have talked about building an autocross type dart.
Okay, so it sounds like maybe my dad will be taking that dart out to the SCCA event.
I like
don't know.
it.
And then going to Eagle that night because we're going to be running the support class of the sport bus.
All right, Doug. Let us know if you go. We might have to come out and watch.
We'll have a couple fan steals racing that day. That'd be a ton of fun.
Speaking of, thanks for leaving me high and dry. I bought my suit and everything out there last night. I was all ready to rip for the mechanics race. And you know what? I think I'd have won it.
In my car?
What happened?
Yeah.
Ugh. I'm not putting my car in a mechanics race. I'll put it in powder puff. I've just seen people go out there.
I don't think they'll let me compete in a powder puff.
Well, I've seen people go out there and just hammer foot to the floor. Their car's pushing into the wall. They're bouncing off of each other. I don't know if it's still like that, but I saw it one time. PTSD from
There
it.
was only one piece of calamity in last night's mechanics races, and I can't remember who the driver was. I do remember what the number was, but I'm going to spare you. Somebody tried to tear down our wall.
Oh, no.
Mr. Gorbachev.
Oh, no. That poor wall. Well, speaking of walls, I think maybe it's time that we take a break on our wall.
I thought you were going to start singing Wonderwall.
I don't know that one. I'm so sorry.
Well, today is going to be the day that you tune back into the finish line on 93.7 The Ticket.
What do you look for when searching for a plumbing company? Integrity, positive customer reviews? Are they insured and fully licensed? How about a company that has all three? Deals Plumbing in Lincoln is your go-to certified plumbing company that can help you fix anything from leaks to clogs, water heaters, and more. Give Deals Plumbing a call today at 402-525-7311, or you can visit Deals Plumbing online at dealsplumbing.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you the listener on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Western Sand and Gravel is hiring for a variety of positions at their sand and gravel plants near Ashland. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Available positions include plant operators, dredge operators, and shop service technicians. They offer great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, paid holidays, and paid time off. No matter your experience level, on-the-job training is available to help you build a rewarding career with Western Sand and Gravel. Start your career today. Visit westernsand.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Harvest season is coming, and Acres has discounted many of our late model John Deere combines. Get thousands in discounts and upgrade for this year's harvest. Plus, you could save even more with interest rates starting as low as 1.9% on select units. Low interest rates combined with our huge discounts, there's not a better time to buy. Visit acres.com for all the details. That's AKRS.com. Restrictions apply. Offer ends August 31st, 2025. Subject to approved financing. Offer may change anytime without notice.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Seems like just the other day, I was building my first house. I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
We hear this a lot where I don't want to live in a cookie cutter home. Well, let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. One thing that we started doing early on was we started building neighborhoods. I'm a firm believer in character in your street and in your neighborhood. I like choice. I like variation. I like maybe something a little bit different in a neighborhood that you don't see in every neighborhood. I think it's great to have choices, its uniqueness, and I think that's what gives a neighborhood character. And I think that's what we've done over the years.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Back to the finish line with Bree Marie and James Roland on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the finish line with Bree Marie, James Roland. We've got special guest Rebecca Pearson in the house and Jake Bachhoven on the ones and twos. Over break, we were talking a little bit about what are our plans going into next year, and we kind of brainstormed and went through some things because we've all thought them, we just haven't really brought them to life yet. And James and I were talking that, maybe hitting up a NASCAR race and getting some media passes might be in for this fall.
Kansas Speedway, we're coming for you.
Yeah, and we really think that maybe it'd be a great idea because we don't want to just stop here. Our weekly show is stopping, but we don't just want to stop with what we've got going on. It's obviously easier to get a hold of racers when they're not during their busy season, or race team owners or mechanics, people like that. It's easier to get a hold of them on the off season, which is when we don't have our show. So we've kind of talked about the idea of maybe doing podcast format once a month, twice a month. Not really sure what it looks like yet, but trying to get some people. It'll probably be a lot of video chats, but we might be able to get some of them in the station. I know Bubba Wallace was floated around as an idea.
Of course, Cletus McFarland.
Of course, Cletus McFarland.
Kyle Larson.
Get these people in, get some, kind of pick their brains. And the other thing we want to do too is we want you all to be able to have the option of asking your questions as well. So I'm not sure what that'll look like because it's podcast format. It might be something where maybe we make a post of who our guest is going to be for that month, and then you all can comment on that post. So make sure you're following 93.7 The Ticket on Facebook and Instagram, and you can comment in those sections, and James and I can keep track of those questions or comments. So be on the lookout for that. We're still in the very early stages of what that will look like, but that's kind of what I'm thinking before we start back up next year. So we're still going to be going full swing in next year. If there's any guests you want to see, let us know. But I think we're just going to keep doing what we're doing, get to know the different areas of motorsports, who's out there, what's out there, what story is there to tell, because we want to hear it all and we want you guys to hear it as well.
And, I want to give a quick shout out to the 93.7 The Ticket Facebook page and all of the great fans that commented the other day on National Radio Day, showing their love for the finish line. I think we won 12-4, just saying. I know it wasn't a contest or anything, but I appreciate all you fans. Without you, we wouldn't be here.
Well, it's what the ticket's about, right? So this is something I can talk about. We're trying to make sure we cover all the sports, right? We're not just a football stadium. Yeah, not just a football stadium.
This
a
is
football
fun.
station, right? So we have always paid homage to all the other sports. And for those who aren't fans of football, we have volleyball coverage, basketball, we got the bowlers, and we got swimmers and track and tennis and all kinds of things. So, we really do try to bring you what you want to hear, and that's built off of what you all tell us about. So even in the off season, you can write in and tell us you want to hear about something, do something, but we definitely will have these guys back, and we can do podcasts for sure.
Yes.
So if we get a special guest, we work those offline during the off season, we can flip the switch. We have our podcast studio here at 1040. If you live in town, make sure you come by and support the Mill, also part of our family here. And
Fantastic coffee.
Yep. Yes. And, for people who are potential sponsors for race teams, don't forget that's really what's behind the 360s, right? And it's the cost of racing You need the sponsors, you need the fans to show up. Obviously, it's an entire community. So, all right, highlights and on your way out, what were the highlights for the year?
Highlights for me would just be one more year racing. It's my second year owning the team, and I feel like I've gained a lot more knowledge, a lot more experience with everything that's going on. We got a couple top 5s this year, a couple top 10s, and that was really fun. And we still have a lot more racing to do. So I'm excited to see where it goes.
Man, my highlights have been going to more racing than the previous year and getting to do another full season of the Finish Line here on 93.7 The Ticket. Thanks to Bree Marie and thanks to everybody who's helped keep this show rolling through 2025. Stay tuned to 93.7 The Ticket and get your happy on.
What do you look for when searching for a plumbing company? Integrity, positive customer reviews? Are they insured and fully licensed? How about a company that has all three? Deals Plumbing in Lincoln is your go-to certified plumbing company that can help you fix anything from leaks to clogs, water heaters, and more.